Well, folks, you may remember this tube, the 2E26, from a couple of years ago. I done a video on the CHVO Transmitter site at Tilton, and while I was there, I found this unbroken vacuum tube at the transmitter site, and it's a site that Dad used to look after a lot. When transmitter kept going off there during storms and whatnot, he was always first to show up to get the CHVO back on there. And this here tube was found on that site unbroken. Since that video came up, I've been contemplating on building a circuit with this 2E26. I've since checked the filament or the heater on this tube, and the heater is still working, still lights up, so the tube should still be good. It's not hurt in any way, other than, a little bit of rusticles here or there, but adds to the character of the tube, considering where it was and where it came from. And so a couple of years I've been thinking about what I can do with this tube, and I went to build a transmitter with this tube. There's a lot of people out there would say that the tube was meant for audio modulation and whatnot, but the tube is also can also be used as a transmitting tube, and it's exactly what this one's going to be used for. Hopefully still a little bit of life left in this one, and that's what I want to do with it. So today, last few hours, I've been working on a little case for this to build this tube transmitter into. I think we're building into a steel case and boxes and stuff, and I just don't have anything that I like that gives it a bit of character, When I build this transmitter, in memory of Dad, really, and so I decided tonight to start building that circuit. And it's a circuit that I found online, and I printed off again this one here, and it uses the 2E26 vacuum tube. So without further ado, here is the case that I'm building the transmitter into. I got a little vent hole put here. I got the antenna connector here, and I got a couple feet mounted below, and knobs and whatever, and I got the output of it already built. This is the output stage. I got the coil, 2 tuning capacitors, so that's the socket for the 2E26. This is my ground plane, my ground bus wire, this one here. This is my antenna live, which goes through the coil, which is going to go back to the tube. I got this little tube socket, or crystal socket I should say, and I built this little bracket for it. That old piece of scrap steel I had here, bend it up and whatnot. I figured I put the crystal here. Yeah, so that's the project so far. I got the main body of the tuning capacitors are grounded. Or I should say live, and the actual part here that turns, the rotor, that there is on the ground side. So my hands will never touch live. Not that there's live there anyways, because it's isolated. And the same thing with the capacitor down here. Same thing. So that's the circuit. Anyways, made a little cutout in the wood here. I used the old knife I had, box cutter, to cut out a round hole. Yeah, that was fun. So anyway, that's my story. Sticking to it. I wants to put a meter in line with the output as well. I like to see a bit of like to see a needle moving when you hit the when you hit the key. I put it here or there or up here. I don't know. All depends where she can safely sit here. She might be able to actually safely sit up here in that corner. Put it up here in this corner or something like that. I got a couple different meters. I don't know if I'll use this one or not, but I got a couple different meters. So anyway, this is my weekend project so far. I'm gonna make a CHVO transmitter using the 2E26 vacuum tube, which is going to live right here. She's going to live right there. And the transmitter, when it's in operation, is meant to stand up like that. Keep the tube in a vertical polarization, basically. And when she lights up, like, nice to be able to see the tube, you know, when it's working. And I might even put a fan here on the outside. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how hot it gets. But I got a power supply. That was part of another project that was given to me a while ago. It was a homebrew power supply that somebody made. An elderly gentleman passed away, and it's a power supply that he built. It's got one diode, so it's a halfway bridge rectifier built into this thing. Fuse on the AC line, all the power on the octal socket here. Actually, a nice little job you got done with that. Although there's no bottom cover with it, which I'm not too fussy with that. But I mean, once she's sitting on the table, I mean, you know, it's heavy. But I might look into getting a cover put on the bottom of this. But this is the power supply that I plan to use with this transmitter. I mean, the circuit calls for 250 volts. I'm not sure exactly what this transformer does, but at least 150 volts anyways. 150, 160 volts. It's enough for this neighborhood. Good enough for this neighborhood. So anyway, that's the 2E26 transmitter in progress. My weekend project. Hey folks, hope you enjoyed the video and look for part 2 soon. All the best. It was Reno 63. We're out of here.